I don't think we ever lost control. We just turned the ball over, and then when you get a stop, and so you give up scores off those turnovers. That's where you get the swings, team. So, we got to play better team football together.
What type of adjustments did they make at half? They gave you guys some turnovers.
I'm not quite sure they made a whole lot of adjustments. I think we just didn't execute. Little things, but nothing major schematically. We just turned it over. This guy named Denard threw a jump ball, pretty nice jump ball, and made a play. We had multiple guys in position to make plays tonight. Their kid made it, our young man did not, and it's part of the solutions that we got to come up with. We got to look at what we're doing schematically. We got to look at what we're doing personnel-wise.
Talk about the play of Dan. What obviously was clicking really well for him in the first half, and what you need to do to keep it going for 60 minutes?
Well, first and foremost, take care of the football. We were moving the ball again, and those 2 turnovers were tough. That first 3 and out, again, we thought we had a good plan coming out of the second half. We were sitting there talking as coaches. We don't think that there was anything major schematically that we didn't adjust to properly or they did that stopped us. We just feel like we stopped ourselves. That's a little disappointing.
Coach, Michigan converted 14 of 17 third downs today. What do you think was key behind that?
This young man named Denard Robbins, pretty good. So, player. Probably the best that we've seen in a while. So, he was outstanding.
What do you think? Did you feel like you had him relatively under control in the first half, Denard? Throwing those 3 interceptions.
Yeah. We had a plan to try to take the ball out of his hands, and I think for the most part we were able to do that. There were some things that obviously we didn't do well, but that was our plan. He's going to throw the ball up there for you, and we got 3 picks. We should have had at least 5. And if we get those 2 other ones, it's a completely different ball game. We don't lose momentum. We're probably sitting with momentum, but that happened. And, they get it, and then they make those big explosion plays. It's difficult to overcome.
Talking about the one that Jervin and one with Everett.
Yeah.
The jump ball.
Yeah. 50-50 ball. We lost.
It's on the play where Danny loses his helmet. You obviously felt that he got yanked from it.
I got to worry about 3 kids' college funds, so I'm going to leave it at that. How does that sound?
Last couple of weeks, had a good lead and sort of fallen apart in the second half. Do you have a reason for that? Or?
Been to both games. Well, last week was pretty obvious, and so was this week. We turned the ball over this week, and last week we had some guys had the same thing happen. We put the ball over our head. So, it's not like a broken record, but we got to take care of the ball. We got to fix things schematically that we're not getting achieved, and if it's a personnel issue, we got to make changes.
How was the use of a lot of options? Coulter and Lau. Why was that so successful? And is that something you guys will obviously try to do going forward with both of them out there?
Well, I think we've got a pretty spectacular offensive staff. They're creative. We're going to try to find to use our weapons to the best of our ability. We play to our players' strengths, and we've got 2 pretty dynamic playmakers in Kane and also Danny. So we get both those guys in the field in different ways. Continue to build that package, expand on it, and again, just try to use those weapons appropriately. And you had the backs into the mix. You also had Drake and Jeremy that made some big plays. Nice catch by Christian today. So, a lot of guys that can make some plays.
Aside from the fact that you guys turned it over a couple times in the second half, do you feel like there are other adjustments that maybe should have been made? Is that something you're going to pour through the tape and look at, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think, like I said earlier, we got to look at what we're doing schematically. We didn't feel like in talking on the headphones, it wasn't, especially offensively, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, they got us there. They brought the same things that we expected and saw on video. They had a couple little wrinkles, but we had good conversation on that. And then on defense, we saw what we expected to see. They expanded on their little 2-quarterback package. You pretty much know there's going to be about 4 or 5 compliments to the base things that they're doing. So, got to play the plays better.
Hey, Dan appeared to be coming up limping on that second to last play of the game. Is that your decision?
It's fine. He's fine, Chris. Let me cut you off. He's fine. I won't have to focus on next Monday's conversation about Dan again. So.
You talk about those 2 turnovers. One was, Dunsmore, the ball kind of went from Sam, and you had Everett's fumble. Very uncharacteristic of those guys. Is that take the wind out of your sails? It's the seniors making mistakes?
Well, I mean, again, it doesn't matter who it is, Louis. I mean, it comes back to just the team playing better team football. We cannot turn the ball over and expect to win. We cannot give the ball up or let the ball go over our head. I mean, that's what's tough. You let the ball go over your head, it's demoralizing to a defense. You're playing their tails off, and then all of a sudden, bang, here's an explosion play. So, got to be more aggressive on the perimeter, you know, and we've got to do a better job coaching you guys.
Coach Ibrahim Campbell, 2 interceptions today. How was his play in the secondary?
You know, I thought at times was spectacular, and then you know, there was a chance for another big play. Could almost had 3 picks. You know, and he's in great position. He just, you know, the guy made the play. So, you know, he's just continuing to work to get better. Yeah, again, he's 5 games now we're into the season. He's got 5 games worth of experience. So he's very talented. He's working his tail off. He's just going to continue to get better.
Fitz, is the rule that when a ball carrier loses headgear, the play is dead?
Yeah, my understanding is, yeah, the person who has the ball in his hand, once they lose their helmet.